Hello there, Brainwashed Zones. This is Joshua, the heretic. I wanted to talk to you today because there is this thing that I've been catching a lot from monogamous Trinitarians. And one of the things that they love to throw in your face is that God made Adam and Eve, not Adam, Amanda, and Eve. Okay, so it's like, okay, fair enough. God made Adam and Eve. And they say, well, God's original design was monogamy, not polygamy. I'm like, well, interesting. God said, and I could see their point, kind of, except for the fact that God tells Adam to go forth and multiply. And actually, the best way to go forth and multiply is to have as many wives as is humanly possible. So I think personally, and this is just personally my opinion, is that God would have eventually given Adam more wives if he would have, been, humble to the word, and Eve had not been deceived. I think that if Eve had not been deceived, then Adam would have been with Eve, and then he would have gotten Amanda, and then he would have gotten whatever, I don't know, just a whole bunch of other wives. But that's all my own personal opinion. But what I do know is this. Okay, in Exodus 21:10, it says, if he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. What I find phenomenal about that, and what most people miss, is that it never says in Scripture that a man can have more than one wife. It just assumes that you already know that you can have more than one wife. That's why that verse starts with, if he take him another wife. If he take him another wife. Monogamy is nowhere even in their thought processes. They just assumed that you could have as many wives as you wanted. In context, and even in context, it just jumps out at you. If he hath betrothed unto a son, she'll deal in the manner of daughters. Boom. And then it goes, if he take him another wife, dude, there's no such thing as monogamy. Their concept is you have as many wives as you want. You want no wives, you have no wives. You want one wife, you can want one wife. You want two wives, get two. If you want three, you want three. Get three. Just get as many as you want. The only taboo in their culture was when a woman would sleep with a man other than her husband. Don't sleep with somebody other than your husband. And the only other taboo was men don't think about having sex with your other men's wives. Those are the only two taboos. The whole concept of polygamy and monogamy are invented by our culture. And polygamy wasn't really invented. Monogamy was invented, and then polygamy had to be defined in order to combat monogamy. Polygamy was assumed in the Bible. It was just assumed. And Jesus Christ assumed it was there too. I mean, the assumption was polygamy was the norm. It's that Jesus Christ gave a parable of the 10 virgins because he assumed polygamy was there. He assumed that polygamy was the norm. And in fact, it says it's a doctrine of devils to forbid marriage. It's a doctrine of devils. They never, in the wildest imaginations, thought that it would become a standard Christian doctrine to have one wife. Never in their wildest imaginations did they ever assume that. It's not even... So when people come up to me and they tell me these things, the Bible was translated by monogamous. That's why in Timothy and Titus, they're so badly translated. It says, a man desires the position of a bishop or deacon, he must be the husband of one wife. That one should be translated first, the husband of the first wife, because it's just assumed in all of Scripture. That's why in Exodus 21:10, it starts out with, if a man have more than one wife, not food or shelter or duty of marriage shall not diminish. It's assumed, people. Polygamy is assumed in Scripture. Deal with it. I don't know how much clearer I can be. It's just assumed. So, this is the heretic telling you polygamy is the standard. Monogamy is the aberration. I love you guys. Take it easy. This is the heretic.
That first and May, Saturday, Cop.